HarKeTae, Green News 4 Magazine's Mark Iveson. Can you briefly describe your journey to becoming a writer?
Well, for starters, the last part of the question is I've always been a fan of Peter Cushing ever since I saw him in Doctor Who and the Daleks. I was always a fan of his. I was always a movie fan. Everything, I just loved the movies. The writing journey, well, I've always written in one form or another. And then it's a case of, right, I had an idea. What the hell do I do next? We'll get it published. Yeah, all right, how do I do that? So you try and get into the process of it until eventually the book was accepted. Actually, didn't know what the hell I was doing.
So it's a decade and 3 books published.
Yes.
Which is pretty amazing.
I still
about your spiritual journey to this point and how you became a Wiccan high priestess.
I would actually be prancing around the garden with a little wand and a little tutu. I remember this so clearly. And I would touch every flower and that wasn't opened yet. And I said, open tomorrow. And you know, the energies of all things are in everything.
Yeah.
And it's like a universal energy rather than a supreme being. I do meditations, yeah. But basically, it's kind of looking at your inner energy, kind of all these spells and all that kind of stuff.
Like they saw the graphite in it before.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people thinking.
So if Peter Cushing were alive today, all right. So we read the whole thing, Mark. He didn't even like scan it. He read it, and you asked him for feedback. What do you think he would say?
It's just a little round judgment, and I think I would like to think he would be thrilled with what I've written for. I'd like to think he would be happy with this. He would probably be happy on the slightly different take I put on the book. So that's what I think he would be. He'd be okay about it, you know.
Well, Mark, when I ordered your book, I did look to see other books on Peter Cushing, and I would agree, your book is unique, and I think he would appreciate that you talked about his foreign film history. That's something that isn't always discussed at the link. So there are a lot of misconceptions about the Wiccan faith.
Blimey, there's hundreds. All Wiccans are witches and all witches are Wiccan.
Yes.
And that is really not the case. It really is everything as well, which I'm actually going to be writing a book at sometime. And it's the occult and Christianity roots.
If someone came to you and said, I want to be a writer and have 3 books published, just like you, what 3 pieces of advice would you give them? 3 pieces of advice.
Simply don't give up. Don't give up. Again, a brief story of Roger Ellery, R.J. Ellery, who writes, secondly, don't give up. Keep on doing it. Ask for advice, meet writers who will help you.
And where did you go to meet writers?
Okay, I bet it's many.
But there's one place specifically.
Oh yeah, it's a Swanwick Writers Retreat. There was others, but I don't know why there's...
I mean, with like-minded people, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's plenty of beginners, plenty of established writers. I came in knowing, not having a clue, like I said, when I began, I didn't have a clue. And I thought this was a possible step forward, which unfortunately wasn't possible. By going to these retreats, exactly that one, there could be others, and trying to meet other writers and get inspired.
How would you suggest I get started on that journey?
Yeah, everyone just go to TikTok. No, don't do that. Don't do that. My goodness.
Let's go to my local crystal shop.
Yeah. AI spits it out, and then people are believing what they're actually saying as being logical. And it's just not the case, unfortunately. In everybody's area, and I do mean pretty much everybody's area, and you won't know this unless you don't know it, but there are things called moods. And in a mood is where pagan people get together. It could be once a month or whatever. That way you can get to meet other people if you're just even searching or want to do that. And that's actually probably one of the best and easiest ones because they are actually living and walking the talk, as it were.
Kind of similar with Mark, meet writers.
Yes, exactly. It's interesting what you mean about AI, because that's certainly affecting the publishing world as well. Because you can write something in the same style as D.H. Lawrence or something like that. I think it is frowned upon by writers anyway, and in the publishing world. You never know something. But
be a tool, not a people. You can't replace people, right? People that you want to talk to and connect with.
That's the important thing,
Yes.
isn't it? It's about connection, isn't it?
Which is what we're doing tonight.
Yeah, it's all about connection. You can't do that with AI.
Maybe because of the horror movies, I'll give an example of Vincent Price. You know, he was a big star in Hollywood, but by the time he was getting into the middle age, like a lot of actors were going into smaller supporting roles. And suddenly, you know, he was offered.
I find in the horror community, whether you love the 40s, the 20s, me, I love modern horror. Last Night in Soho, Reagan Gable loves watching it. It's excellent.
I would say so, yes, because, you know, we have horror conventions like Sci-Fi Weekend.
Maybe they will then. Thank you so much. I know we went past our 30 minutes, but thank you so much for your attention. It's been a pleasure, and thank you to our two wonderful guests.
Yeah, thank you.